Hi, I'm Jeff Foxworthy, and I am the author of Silly Street. That's me. I decided to write poetry for children because I love that age. I think that's the point in life when your imagination is at its fullest. And as we grow up, it kind of gets stomped on a little bit. But for a comedian, there's endless possibilities in that. And I thought back to the books that I liked as a kid and my kids liked. And they rhymed. They were the Dr. Seuss books, and they were funny, both in the words and visually. And so that's what I set out to do. You know, picking your favorite poem is kind of like choosing between your babies. I mean, you love them all, but I think in Silly Street, the first one that I thought of was I wanted a tree to be on the street, but it didn't have leaves, but butterflies would land there. And as the wind would blow, they would look like leaves. One thing you must see is the butterfly tree, where thousands of butterflies light. Their wings look like leaves as they flap in the breeze. When they leave, it's a rainbow in flight. And I sent it to Steve Borkman, the illustrator, and then it came back, and I was like, oh, this is just so visually beautiful. Because I think that's so important in a children's book. The illustrations are such a key part of it. Well, there's actually a poem in the book, because I love the word baloney. It's just kind of a funny word. But there's the odds and end market. If you should park at the odds and end market, there's no telling what you might find. Square blocks made of wood and soap that smells good and boots that are one of a kind. You can get some of this and a whole lot of that. Sometimes it's so hard to decide. Should you get a big pony that eats fried bologna or a little one that you can ride? So bologna, pony rhymes with bologna. We just learned something. You know, I thought back to when I was a kid, the things that made me happy. One of them was if you'd been playing outside, at the end of the day, if you were so dirty that your mother actually made you get undressed before you came in the house, that had been a great day. And I thought about, you know, as a kid, you look at your relatives and they're goofy and they're funny and playing with bugs and dogs and cats. And so that's what I went after. I wasn't trying to write for somebody 35. I was trying to write for somebody 6 or 7 years old. And as I would write, I would try to make myself go back and remember what that was like. I live in Silly Street quite often. You know, there's enough problems in life that I think that you have to find the joy in the little things. And in kids' books, I always like those books that at the end of it made me feel happy. And so when I set out to write, that's what I wanted Silly Street to be.